So our sixth influence that we came up with, the thing that our task force brought to us, was a recognition that our political, our policy, our social fabric was becoming increasingly fragmented. The fragmentation of society and politics. Now, at first we thought polarization was an adequate word. We thought that told the story about how we were faced with things, with left and right and Republican and Democrat. But then we realized that it's fragmenting much farther than that, where somebody can establish a party around just one issue that they like or don't like. That a new bridge coming to town can splinter an entire community, with some people in favor of a kayak entrance and another in favor of an aesthetic change and another in favor of grasping the riverfront for possible future development. I'm not sure you realize this, but Stanford and Princeton recently did research and found that we're actually more likely to marry someone of another race than of another political party. So yes, the community is more fragmented. Yes, it's more difficult. Yes, it's more political, and the politics have broken down into tiny little blocks. But we can't take a generation off, or half a generation, or half a decade off while things get straightened out. It's probably going to stay kind of screwed up. So we have to find our place. We can't abdicate the responsibility for bringing people together to find solutions for our communities. So what's the chamber role in all of this? I think there are two big roles. The first is that chambers have to occupy the sane center. This is a term that was raised during our conversations and research, that it's not possible for us to just swing between the two extremes and call ourselves neutral. But rather we have a role to play as being those who can discuss issues, actually consider compromise, actually consider all of the factors and not just one, that make it so that we can occupy this space and be useful to the community over time. That will be a role of chambers over the next 10 years. The other thing is, over this next period, is that chambers will play a role in what we call practice. You know, there's going to be more and more issues that have to be settled. They will be so desperate, there'll be desperation to handle things like Social Security when the checks don't flow, or infrastructure when the sewers don't work. They will have to deal with it. They will find a way to actually, in this splintered political world, the politics are such that the two extremes will come together out of desperation to come up with solutions. But those solutions can be shaped and influenced by chambers. And that's the role we see going forward for chambers, to avoid the splintering and the continued splintering that makes it so difficult for chambers and communities to succeed.